Nigeria keeps borrowing money daily because there is no money to finance big projects. Apparently, Nigeria has been selling electricity to Benin Republic, Togo, Niger, and some other West African countries. But yet, we keep borrowing. And then these politicians keep embezzling and swallowing this money, and the money will just disappear into thin air. It's so surprising how a country such as Nigeria that gets money from crude oil, we export crude oil, sell crude oil to other countries, we sell electricity as well, and some other things that we generate money from. But yet, we keep borrowing money. We keep borrowing and borrowing, and this money is just, politicians just keeps embezzling this money. They keep swallowing this money, and then they will say there is no money to finance big projects. It's just so sad. Anyway, details emerge on how Niger, Benin, and Togo paid Nigeria $50.36 million for electricity in 2023. You guys remember how Nigeria decided to switch off the power to Benin, was it Benin or Niger Republic, when military took over? Yeah, Niger Republic, when military took over, in a bid to sanction them and force their hand so that the military can hand over to a civilian government. Before we go into the details of today's news, if this is your first time here, please subscribe, like this video. It's very important. If you want to show support to this channel, please like this video so that it gets recommended to other YouTube viewers all around the world. A recent report released by the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC, has shed light on the payment details of international bilateral customers from Niger, Benin, and Togo to the Nigerian electricity supply industry for electricity distribution in 2023. According to the report, the three international customers made a total payment of $50.36 million, representing a 94.04% remittance performance. The payment breakdown is as follows: total invoice $53.55 million, total payment $50.36 million, remittance performance 94.04%. The customers who made this payment are Société Béninoise Énergie Électrique Benin Republic, Campagne Énergie Électrique du Togo, Société Nigérienne d'Électricité Niger. In addition to the international customers, NERC data reveals that NESI has 19 active domestic bilateral customers. These customers received a total invoice of 10,320,084 million naira, and payment made totaling 8,766.15 million naira, corresponding to a remittance performance of 84.94%. Although the domestic customers made significant payments, there remains an outstanding balance of 15.06%, highlighting a notable gap in full remittance. Last year, the federal government reported that international electricity customers owed Nigeria approximately $51.26 million for electricity exported to them. In response, the government issued a mandate to system operators in Nigerian power industry, directing them to supply no more than 6% of total available grid generation per hour to international customers or off-takers. There are different dimensions to this story. Number one is the fact I am very thankful that the president made that order that the exported electricity should be reduced to 6% of the available electricity in the country, because how can we as a nation be suffering no lights? We thank God that it's a little better. If you want to be truthful, it's a little bit better. than what it used to be before TINUBU came to power. But notwithstanding, how could a country that has, dams, we are the ones generating our electricity, or like Niger, Togo, how do we now start suffering from no lights, electricity outages, and all of those things? How? And that one is just by the way. Another dimension to this story is the fact that we keep generating money left, right, and center, yet we keep borrowing. We keep borrowing money, all because we have an institutionalized, corrupt system. This system is so corrupt from top to bottom. We keep shouting the president. Anything happens, they will say it's Buhari, it's TINUBU, it's Buhari, it's TINUBU. Meanwhile, it's me and you. It's me and you. For example, EFCC recently, their nyash, they were exposed. Their dirty linen was exposed in public, how they collected 15 million naira from Bobrisky to drop the charges of money laundering against him. So you can actually pay EFCC to drop charges on people. So why are we shouting about Yahaya Bello, as if Yahaya Bello will go to prison? Imagine them telling us that Bobrisky was sentenced to 6 months imprisonment, whereas he did not even see the 4 walls of prison. He was in one apartment, chilling, enjoying his life. I have heard this story, there was this story that I heard growing up, that my dad once said that he heard that some people do not go to prison. All they do is they will just come and mark attendance at the prison. Some people will go in the morning, they will go to work, go about their daily bread as if they are normal citizens. So these are inmates. And then they will come back at night to just mark register. They will just mark their name. Or, I don't know, let me know in the comment section, guys. Have you also heard about people who have committed murder crimes, but when police go on operations and they just see innocent people, maybe stand by, maybe something happened, a crime, maybe they call them that thieves were in the area. After the criminals have left those areas, the criminal that actually committed those crimes have, flee. They will just go there and ransack the whole community and pack innocent people. And then they will use these people to represent those that have actually been in prison for one crime or the other, maybe murder or anything. Then you will see them exchange these people for the real criminals. And then you see people paying for the sins that they never committed in prison. They will just exchange them. The real criminals will be outside, while those people that they just pack them from nowhere. They will be the ones rotting in jail. And their parents, nobody will ever see them. You will not even know the prison that they were taken to. Imagine them telling us for 6 months, we all believe that Bobrisky was in prison. This is the kind of institutional corruption that we have been talking about all along. Nigeria keeps generating money, and this money keep getting swallowed by politicians, by people in power. They just keep embezzling this money, swallowing the money, and later they will come out with stories of it is snake that swallowed the money. Snake that does not know how to spend money will now swallow money. Is it food? Hey, Nigeria, is it food? It's just so bad. They will come up with another story and tell us that they want to borrow money for projects. We keep borrowing money for big projects, whereas we have this money, but this money are just getting embezzled. This money are just, disappearing. Emefiele's case, have you heard about anything concerning Emefiele in the last months? Have you heard about Emefiele's name in the media? He must have struck a deal, and then now we no longer hear about him again. And let's talk about the part where Femi Falana, promised Bobrisky a federal pardon, which means it will just wipe your slate clean. You never committed any offense. That I'm not even blaming Femi Falana because he's doing his job. And then he told her that, is it him, that they will take this state pardon to the judge for the judge to sign, and then it will be presented to the president for him to put his signature on it. And then they came back to tell Bobrisky that these people are asking for 10 million. We know this, that nothing goes free in this country. You must drop something, shiny. Even government employees that ought to be doing their job, the jobs that they already have been paid for, they want you to drop something for them. You must drop something. So a judge that has already been paid by the federal government to do his job is asking for 10 million so that he can sign a state pardon or a federal pardon. That is the kind of institutional corruption that we have always been talking about. I'm so glad that audio, that a very dark man released that audio, because now we are going to hear the story that they will tell us. Maybe they will tell us that, oh, the tape was doctored, or Bobrisky is already denying it, that is not true. She did not give EFCC money. You can imagine that. You all, let me have your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Like this video, guys. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.